So today we have Seema, who we are going to assess her balance using the modified mCTSIB in conjunction with the BodyTrack 2 balance system. So Seema, why don't you go ahead and step on the mat, feet together, okay, arms across your chest. So we're going to pull up our modified mCTSIB. It's going to automatically calibrate. So now we're in the center, okay. The really cool part is that you can even have a tech take someone through this whole assessment because it gives you all of the information on what you need to do up here in the top right corner. So have patients stand on the mat, eyes open, firm surface, okay? And then we're going to start. So 30 seconds assessing her balance in this position. I have a gait belt on Seema just in case we need to run over there and make sure she doesn't fall for safety purposes. In this condition, we're going to see a little bit of sway. You can see that red ball is bouncing around a little bit, but not a lot, okay? She doesn't have any neurological conditions, so we just shouldn't expect to see a ton of sway in this condition. About 5 seconds left here. Okay, so total sway, 143 inches, okay? You can look at max sway, so that's in one instance, how much did she sway, right, left, toes, heels, etc. Where her weight was, so a little bit more on the left than the right. Pretty good heel to toe, 51-49, can't get much better than that. Okay. Now we're gonna go to condition 2, so you're just gonna click next. You'll see a check mark next to condition 1, which means that it was captured. Condition 2, now Seema, is feet together, arms across your chest, and now you're going to close your eyes. Now, as physical therapists, we know we should see a bit more sway during this condition because we're taking out a sensory of that visual feedback. So now we're relying on our feet and our inner ear. So you're going to see a bit more movement in that red ball, which we're seeing. Seema doing okay? Good. Okay, it's about 125. It's a little more than condition 1, but not too much, which is to be expected, about a 1-to-1 ratio as long as we're on a static surface. Now we're gonna make things a bit harder, okay? So what we're gonna do next is I'll have you step off the mat. I'm gonna throw an AirX underneath of the BodyTrack, which is great because it's pliable, so you can actually put a bunch of different things under it. So go ahead and step back onto the mat, feet together. We're gonna recalibrate here. Okay, now arms across your chest, feet together, eyes open. Now we're going to see a bit more sway. We should see a bit more sway. She's on a dynamic surface, so we don't have as good a feedback from her feet. Okay, her eyes are open, so we are going to have that stimulus as well. But as you can see, it's quite a bit bouncier than condition 1 and condition 2. That simple dynamic surface that we traditionally have our patients stand on to work on balance, now we can objectify how much that person is moving when we're standing on a dynamic surface. So as you can see, that total sway number is going up as we get further along into the conditions, which is typical of what we see in healthy individuals. So Seema, the condition that we're going to do last is feet together, arms across your chest. Now we're going to close your eyes. Okay, so we're going to do 30 seconds of that. I'm going to get a little bit closer to her just to make sure that we're safe and everything goes according to plan and we don't have any falls. So as you can see, we're going to see a bit more sway during this condition because now we're really relying on that vestibular system to work to maintain our balance. So about 7 seconds left, Seema, you're doing great. 3, 2, 1, go ahead and open your eyes. Okay, so about 171 inches, just similar to condition 3. Okay, so how do we see all that? Click finish. Now we're gonna see all of the data. Okay, so for her, she's got actually better balance in condition 2 than condition 1. But you can see as we add that dynamic surface, things get a bit harder. She has more sway. Okay, she had a little bit more change within her left to right and toe to heel. Interesting that as we get into that dynamic surface, she gets more into her heels than into her toes, which to us tells us, okay, something might be going on with her input from her feet, so let's work a little bit there and continue to work with her balance. So all this information then gets saved into her file. You can do a bunch of different things here. You can create comments. This was performed in Barrington, and she had a little bit of increased sway when we threw in the dynamic balance. Whatever you want to put in there, it's completely open book. You can then create an actual report, so you can see condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, and condition 4. The great part is that once you get more in there, when we do a reassessment, you'll be able to see where she was for each date. So initial evaluation to reevaluation, did things get better? So that's how we're gonna modify your treatment plan, and how we're going to actually create your treatment plan and determine whether or not you're getting better in regards to your balance. So that's a little overview of the modified CAT-SIB and how you can use it in your clinic with your patients.